Long ago, in a land of rolling hills and sparkling lakes, many people were eager to hear the teachings of Jesus. Everywhere he went, crowds gathered, hoping to listen to his words and see the miracles he performed. One day, as the sun shone brightly over the peaceful countryside, Jesus traveled across the Sea of Galilee with his disciples. When they reached the shore, a huge crowd was already waiting for him. There were thousands of people, men, women, and children, all excited to see Jesus. Jesus looked at the crowd with kindness and compassion. He knew many of them had walked a long way and were tired and hungry. Instead of sending them away, he welcomed them. He spoke to them about God's love and healed those who were sick. All day, the people listened carefully, their hearts filled with hope and wonder. As the afternoon turned to evening, the disciples became worried. They noticed the crowd had nothing to eat, and they were far from any village or town. The disciples came to Jesus and said, "It's getting late, and everyone is hungry. Shouldn't we send them away so they can buy food?" But Jesus had a different idea. He told them, "You feed them." The disciples were surprised. How could they possibly feed so many people? There were about 5,000 men, plus women and children. One disciple named Andrew spoke up. "There's a boy here who has 5 small loaves of bread and 2 fish. But how can we feed so many with just this?" Jesus smiled and asked the crowd to sit down on the soft grass. The disciples gathered the 5 loaves and 2 fish from the boy and brought them to Jesus. Jesus looked up to heaven, gave thanks to God, and began to break the bread and fish into pieces. To everyone's amazement, as the disciples handed out the food, it never seemed to run out. The bread and fish kept multiplying, and every person in the crowd received enough to eat. Children giggled as they munched on fresh bread, and parents smiled as their families shared the meal together. The disciples kept passing out food, making sure no one was left hungry. When everyone had eaten their fill, Jesus told his disciples to gather the leftovers. They walked around the crowd, collecting pieces of bread and fish. By the end, they had 12 baskets full of leftovers, much more than they started with. The people were amazed by this miracle. They saw that with Jesus, even a small gift could become something wonderful. The little boy's willingness to share his lunch helped feed thousands of people. Everyone felt grateful and joyful, knowing that God's love had provided for them in a special way. After this incredible day, the crowd realized that Jesus was truly someone sent from God. His power and kindness showed them that nothing is impossible when you trust in him. The disciples learned a valuable lesson, too, that even when a problem seems too big, Jesus can make a way. As the sun set over the hills, families returned to their homes, their hearts full and their spirits lifted. They remembered the miracle of the loaves and fish and the way Jesus cared for everyone who came to him. The story spread far and wide, reminding people that God's love never runs out and that sharing kindness and faith can make a big difference in the world.